We are talking to Dr. Amanda Landis-Hanna. She's the Director of Veterinary Medicine for I4C Innovations, and we've been talking about this wearable tech device called Your Dog's Voice. It's a great device that monitors a lot of parameters of your pet, and there's other things you want to talk about the device, obviously, and I'll just you're the expert on it, so I'll just let you go and you can talk about different things.
Thanks so much. So there's actually a large number of things that the band itself is able to collect. But I want to make sure that your listeners understand it's not just the band and it's not just the numbers, because numbers for numbers' sake don't really mean anything. Anyone who wears a Fitbit or a pedometer, sometimes those numbers get a little confusing. You know that you're supposed to hit a particular number and you don't understand why. In order to better educate our pet parents, what we've actually done is spent a huge amount of time working with veterinarians and veterinary educators, our partner LifeLearn in Toronto, for example. And what we've done is we've worked to create articles that are unique to Voyce and to the Voyce experience. And by doing so, we're educating the pet parents so that they can become smarter. They understand not only why the veterinarian is asking particular questions, but they're also understanding why the veterinarian wants them to do certain things, so they can become more compliant with an understanding of what those requirements are. So it's rather than being told you need to do this, it's an understanding of why you need to do this, which gets people much more involved, and pet parents can become a stronger part of their pet's healthcare team. For example, we have reminders. So it's not just being told you need to get a vaccine. We also have the education in the platform that tells you why you need to get the vaccine. What is it that we're protecting against? Who are dogs that are at risk? What does that look like? And because everything is so tailored and specific to your pet, I can, for instance, get reminders and notifications specific to my dog, Sophie, who's a 10-year-old Labrador that might look very different from a friend of mine who has a 6-month-old German Shepherd puppy. So every dog's content that gets pushed is a little bit different, but everyone has access to search the library at any given time so that they can go in if they're getting a reminder or they're getting a notification that they're due for their flea and tick prevention or their heartworm prevention, or if they put in a specific reminder about when they're due for their next recheck, they'll have the understanding of why those things are important. We also can store all of the electronic medical records. So whether your practice is whether you go to a veterinarian that has paper charts or electronic medical charts, you can then scan all of that information into one central location. So if you're traveling with your pet, say if you're a student and you go back home some of the time and you want to make sure that you've got all of those records with you, you'll have access to those records anytime. And you mentioned in regards to Matt's Pet Project, potentially going to see an emergency veterinarian. Now emergency veterinarians have access to all of those records at the same time as well.
And that you touched on a few key points here. I spend a lot of my time in the exam room educating clients about why we want to do things. And the clients that keep me on my toes are the ones that already know those answers or asking me even more questions. But a lot of our time is spent on and you talk, educating clients why, and you talked about the word numbers. And a lot of clients come in and they see a number. They say, well, blood work is, how much is blood work? Oh, why? I don't want to do that. But they don't know why we're recommending they do that. And I think when you guys are partnering with a great thing like Life, I didn't know LifeLearn was your partner, so that's something new for me now. So LifeLearn's a phenomenal place for client education, and I think that partnership is going to make my life easier in the exam room. I would love nothing more than to have a client coming in and go, okay, this is what I got a reminder, this is what I need, and here's all the data on my pet for the last 6 months. I think that is going to change veterinary medicine.
We're really excited about it. We're finding that our pet parents are going into the vet, and I still practice, so sometimes they're even coming in to see me, and they have a better understanding of what their pet needs. So instead, we're spending more of that time talking about how can we improve your pet's healthcare over the next 5-10 years? How can we help your pet live a longer, happier, healthier life? Are you having problems that could be earlier indicators for things like arthritis, pain, cancer? Can we help you detect some of those things sooner? And because you're becoming in for lack of a better word, a smarter pet parent, because you're understanding things that you've never had access to before. And this is true for all of us. This is even true for the veterinarians. We're able to now practice medicine in a new way, and that's providing us the capability to get better value out of our care, more efficiency out of our care. We're able to help streamline the process so that you get specifically what you need, and your dog gets exactly what she needs.
Yeah, and one of our goals as practicing clinicians is to do preventive medicine, to do things early. I call my blood panels early detection because I want to find things early. I want to jump on them, and I think technology like My Dog's Voice is going to enable us to see trends that we can't pick up, that we don't see on a regular basis. That's great.